So this compilation is from a guy that calls himself Cosmic First with a K, or Cosmic. Wait, it's not Cosmic First. It's Cosmic V. I don't know. Cosmic. I just refer to him as Cosmic. Similar to that HL Thought guy, he gives some exposition. But I watch these videos just for the compilation. Generally, when I make these videos standalones, I edit out the composition, the exposition from, the person that made the video. I just want the compilations of the cringy post-wall broads whining and complaining about being cringy post-wall broads. But anyway, let's get into this video, shall we? Enough from me. Struggles.
Can I just say something real quick? I hate when men act like the older a woman gets, the less value she has.
You mean reality? I hate when people who go to buy a car with 100,000 miles think it has less value than a new car.
As an extremely independent woman that loves to make her own money, I still think men should pay on the first date, and this is why.
The only people that are preaching that women essentially expire after the age of 30.
Women can lie to themselves all they want, but the reality still won't change.
I was once told that women lose their value after 30. It literally drops in.
It's a strange thing being a woman in this society. Every year society values me less and less.
Men in their 40s have hit the wall, okay?
Men in their 40s attained success. They have the option to not settle down. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
Yeah, that's just a cope. That's a feminist talking. Feminists tend to view the world through the lens of everybody's equal. There's no biological determinism, and people are just a blank slate. So, women and men at 40, well, the things that make a woman less valuable, that's the same things that make a man less valuable. Nope, that's cope.
The scary part, specifically with when you're a woman, is that you're kind of told by society in all these ways that as you get older, you lose your value.
Notice she's not old yet, so she doesn't know that. So she's still good-looking broad, got a nice body. You're going to find out, honey, it's true when it comes to men.
And that's because a ton of our value is placed on physical appearance, which...
By men. We're talking about men, right?
Of course,
what
as
they want.
Society likes to tell us, declines as you're aging.
No, society doesn't tell us that. There is no society. That's what men want. That's what men value. I love it. I don't like that the customer base for this product values X instead of what I want them to value, which is Y. They should value Y, even though what they value insofar as X is biologically determined. So you'll never change it.
But men get to be these salt and pepper zaddies, and they get to show all their wrinkles, and they get to look rough on magazine covers, and women just get more and more photoshopped.
Yes.
This is crazy because it's true.
Yeah.
While men are facing the world as is when they're older, women still clinging to filters and Photoshop to maintain an illusion of youth and perfection. These digital enhancements act like a mask to cover up insecurities about aging, beauty standards, and self-worth.
By the way, there's a reason that younger women tend to like older men and those things that scream older and more mature, because generally speaking, throughout the entirety of human history, men who were older had more resources and the experience to accrue ever more resources. So the woman was, generally speaking, more attracted to those men, meaning that older men had more of what women want.
It's like they're trying to hold on to a version of themselves that no longer exists.
Okay, y'all. True story. Single in San Antonio. I'm at Lowe's. I'm about to walk in and get a replacement for my guest bathroom toilet. Who's gonna come rescue me? I want to be rescued. I've spent the first 40 years of my life.
She wants to be rescued. What do you... First they tell you, don't treat me like a damsel in distress. Don't approach me in public. Don't open doors for me. I don't need no man. And now that she's post-war, over 40, now she wants to be saved. Yeah, it's too late, sweetheart, okay? Your womb is barren. We're not interested.
Refusing to be rescued. I'm over it. Come rescue me. Come save me. I'm officially a damsel in distress. I need my yard mowed. I need my toilet fixed.
Oh, really?
And I need some other things done around my house.
So we see what she wants from a man. Just utility. Fix this, lift that, push this, replace that. She just wants a servant. Oh, lovely.
I'm tired. So if you are a single man who can pass a background check, you have a pulse, you're employed, and you don't live with your mama, come help me.
That does still seem like pretty high standards for this chick, don't they? So first needs to pass a background check. What am I, applying for a job? Apparently so. Not living with his mama, that might be the smart move. A lot of dudes are living with their parents, with their family these days because it's so expensive. Maybe saving up for a house. He could have a few $100,000 in the bank. You don't know. What's wrong with living with his mama? Maybe that's a smart move, honey. But anyway, does anybody think she should even have those? He's got a pulse? I think that should be her sole standard, honestly. He's got a pulse. To hell with the background check. Forget that, honey. That's pie in the sky with a 40-year-old post-wall chick like you.
I need your help. I don't want to do it anymore.
Who cares?
I'm tired.
Don't you love the entitlement? I need your help, so I should get it. I should get the help, essentially. Yeah.
Hire a handyman. Don't take a good guy away from someone else who will actually love and appreciate them. Remember that last line, boys. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm tired. You'll hear it again. Hire someone. You are not a damsel in distress. Stop it. I hear you. I'm in the same situation. I try to fix everything on my own, but I want to scream. I'm going to...
What you wanted, right? You ladies wanted freedom, right? You were enslaved. You wanted to be empowered. Well, you got what you wanted.
To assume this is one of those women who didn't need or want good men in her prime. But now that she's 40, she's asking to be rescued, basically begging for a man to pick up her load. This is a woman who didn't want any man for the first 40 years of her life. Why would a man want to deal with her now for the second 40 years? It amazes me because every single woman who's taken the route of being independent come forward as they get older and they say, "It's too hard for me alone. I need help." How many more of this are we going to see before they realize it is important to find a good man in their prime years?
Did you notice that her appeals were to just men's white knight, save-a-hoe complex? She was just appealing to men's want, desire, biologically determined need to help women. Notice she didn't say what she was going to do for you, right? Everything was about you. You need to give me. You need to provide for me. I need this. I need that. What about what I need? Well, I don't care. Well, that's why you're single. At 40 plus.
In your early 20s, listen to this. We need to have a little chit chat. Hi, 27-year-old older sister here. 27. I want to let you know your life doesn't end at 27, at 28, at 30. You're not going to start getting wrinkles. Your
Yes, you will. What are you talking about? It's just cope.
metabolism is not going to change.
Yes, it does. It drops after 30. What are you talking about?
You're not going to start feeling feral like you need to have a family or get married. You are going to feel the
This is cope, and you're projecting, and yes, you will, but you'll drink and do drugs to suppress that.
exact same in your late 20s and in your 30s as you do right now. You're
Those are lies. Why are you lying to these women? Oh, you're lying to yourself. You're coping.
not on borrowed time, dude. You're
Yes, you are, you idiot. What do you think, you're immortal?
fine. You're still going to be hot in 10 years.
No, you
You're
won't.
probably
At 37? Who told you this?
still going to be hot for a lot more than that, too.
As a woman in her 30s who's been in New York for 10 years, it's really hard to watch toxic men continuously date younger and younger. Why do they do that?
Because they want to have kids. And they're searching for the right woman that has values and virtues that they share so they can have a family that you can't have because you're old and your womb is dried up.
He meant to say, I'm 30, nobody wants me. New car equals 0 miles versus used car with thousands of miles. Toxic? They love to shame you when you don't want them to try and manipulate you. Do these ladies wake up every day thinking of new ways to blame men for their bad decisions? The word
Yes.
toxic gets thrown around so much these days.
Yeah, I guess that's what women shame. The word toxic is for behavior that doesn't fit into the modern feminist paradigm. Okay, it's just male behavior that women don't like, right? It's behavior that women don't like. It's actually the outcomes that they're experiencing in their lives, i.e., the lack of a strong, supportive male in their life, the lack of a relationship with a man like that, the type of man that they want, who doesn't exist, by the way, and because he's not around, because they don't have him, well, that's just their way of blaming men. Men are toxic, it's not me. No, it's you, sweetheart.
That it's lost its meaning. This is a bitter woman who's no longer receiving the same attention she used to when she was younger.
And by the way, she's not a bad-looking broad, except for that thing on her face. You need to get that removed, honey. It's not appealing.
That frustration.
What is that, a wart?
Turns inward, creating a sense of resentment. If men aren't going for women who are older, it's because these women's inner self is stuck in time in which they were younger, meaning they've lost that feminine side of them, that
and they can't have kids either, so there's that.
Softness. And that's not something men want to deal with.
If you're a single woman, this is why you should always be rotational dating, aka dating 2 to 3 men at a time. As women, we get attached way too quickly, and if you only date one man...
Is that true? I mean, are these women hopping from bed to bed to bed to bed, getting attached to dudes? I don't think so. In fact, doesn't that diminish your ability to attach?
Most likely ignore red flags or ignore things that you shouldn't be ignoring when you're...
That's what men do. This is projection. She's telling us what we need to do. Stop ignoring the red flags, gentlemen. Like this chick. Big giant hoop earrings, breasts hanging out there. Those are implants, by the way. Gigantic fake lips, all that makeup. The eyebrows are way too... that's a lot of pluck in there, man. That's a lot of waxing. High maintenance.
Dating, you're not sleeping with them, you're not going to their house, you're just going on dinner or activity dates to get...
Yeah, that's toxic. I just uses men's for free meals. That's all they're good for.
To know one another. This is the proper way to date, to actually
No,
get
it's
to
not.
a man slowly, get to know his character, allow him to respect your boundaries of not wanting to go too quickly, and see if he is the right man for you. Also,
Just so long as he spends enough money on me and spends lots and lots of time without expecting anything in return, that makes him a good man in her eyes.
because you are dating multiple men at the same time, the man that you're dating can feel that you're not all desperate and all up in their business. So they're able to actually step in their masculine and come and chase you because they know that you're not going to be chasing them.
Simps chase women. Don't chase.
Correct. Any woman who feels comfortable dating multiple men at the same time is likely dealing with deeper inner issues, whether it's insecurity, fear of commitment, or a need for constant validation. What these women are doing is not just exploring options, as they often claim. It's essentially playing a game at the expense of men's time and energy. They're stringing along men who might genuinely be interested, all while never intending to take any of these relationships seriously. In many cases, it's about using men for the benefits that come with dating.
Yeah, by the way, I find this to be more a problem with women than men, this idea of men having a problem with commitment. No. We don't have a problem with commitment. It's women that seem to have a problem with commitment these days, not men.
Like free meals, attention, and entertainment, while offering little to no emotional investment in return.
And that's another thing, guys. Dating is not supposed to be for fun. It's not supposed to be for banging and clanging and sowing wild oats. It's supposed to be an intentional process to seriously vet another human being to be your husband or wife. It's never meant to be this hedonistic, pleasure of the moment, pleasure for its own sake activity. That's why relationships don't work anymore here in the West. You want to have a family, get out of the West, go to Southeast Asia, baby, okay?
These women know that the men they're seeing might be putting in real effort, hoping for something meaningful, but instead, they're being kept on a rotation.
Can I just say something real quick? I hate when men act like the older a woman gets, the less value she has and the more value that she loses. I feel like
I mean, objective reality?
society as a whole, right, tries to like make women feel bad about aging, about getting older, right? And the crazy thing is, I feel like women look better with age. I feel
Right, well, I don't care what you feel. I don't care what you think either. That's irrelevant to me. Why would I care? Like, I'm going to buy a car. I'm not listening to what you think or what you want. I'm going to take somebody with me. Like, if I take my girlfriend with me, if I had a girlfriend, and I'm shopping for my car, I'm not going to buy what she wants. It's my car. Or a friend. Or some rando person. Hey, you'll buy that car. That car was great. I value that car. What the hell do I care what you value? I care what I value. So who cares what you and other women value? Idiot.
like the older we get, the sexier we get, the more
Yeah, notice what she said. I feel.
this aura that we give off because we've already
Aura. Yeah, she's real well grounded in reality.
like dealt with like insecurities and fitting in all this where we just don't give a fuck, and it just comes across like so sexy, so like powerful. Here's me.
To who? You? You're a woman. Who cares what you think? I thought you... Right. She's a feminist, yeah. Men should think and feel the way I do.
Me as a teenager. And here's me now. I
You look better as a teenager.
feel like I look completely better now than I did as a teenager.
It's called cope.
That's why I never understood the comments like, oh, women expire after a certain age. After a certain age, you don't get catcalled, you don't get this, you don't get that. Like, it's actually insane to me how much better women look as they age, and they just get better and better with time. Like, I can't be the only one who sees it. Like, you're in your 20s, your
Well, let's revisit you at 60.
30s, like, you just start blossoming. You start like coming into your face, into your body. You just look so good compared to like an awkward teenager. Take a look at celebrities, take a look at women around you that you grew up around, and
Yeah, they all look better when they were younger. What are you talking about?
you're gonna see like everybody just looks so much better, so much sexier. That's why
Then why aren't you married?
I'm really not afraid of aging. I feel like it's just gonna get better with time. What do you guys
Well, you're going to find out the truth when your fellow, ageless friends and you start hitting the wall.
think? Let me know, because I can't be the only one who thinks this.
Well,
why do you want to? You mean guys or other women that want? Do you want to gaslight you? Do you really want guys to tell you what they think? I don't think you do.
madam, you can feel like that all you want. I also feel like you are lying to yourself. I feel like you are struggling to accept the truth. Just because you feel a certain way doesn't make it true. The reality is, at a certain point in a woman's life, her reality starts to change. Where men have to build their value, women are born with theirs. And for the women who let that go to waste, pay the price when they reach a certain age. Maybe if women stop feeling things and start accepting the facts, then maybe things would change.
One time had a man say to me, like, women have such a short time frame of like your prime years. Once you hit a certain age, like life is over for a woman if you're not like married and have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what advice do you
That's true. Men are telling you the truth. You should listen.
have for like girls our age that are like have this like internal clock going on in their heads?
Stop listening to these dusty boys. They have a timeline too.
That's bad advice. Never listen to a woman giving you dating advice. It's always bad.
You're gonna be bald in 5 years.
Even those boys, I don't want to call them men. They're just
Why don't you want to call them men? Oh, because they don't do what you want them to do? Or shamey.
expressing what they think they know. They have zero idea what menopause is.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like,
What the hell does that have to do with what they themselves value? What are you talking about? Talk about muddying the waters.
I mean, we have a different journey.
Yeah.
And who runs the world?
Well, it depends on who you ask. I mean, runs it? It depends on what country. In the West, women. But who keeps it running? Men.
Exactly.
Are you stupid? Well, she's absolutely right. Both men and women have clocks, but they're different in nature and how they impact us in society. Women have a biological clock, and as much as people might want to ignore or downplay it, it's a real factor when it comes to fertility, family planning, and even the attention they receive in the dating world. As women get older, especially into their 30s and 40s, the pressure can mount, and the options start to narrow. It's not just about looks, it's about timing, biology, and the reality that certain life choices become more challenging as the years go by. Men, on the other hand, have what I'd call a financial clock. In many cases, men aren't valued in their prime based on their looks or youth, but by what they've achieved and what they can provide.
Now, that's not necessarily true. If a guy's good looking enough, they'll be valued by women, okay? If you got a really good looking guy, you got a guy that's like an 8, 9, a 10, especially a 10. Women do value that. They will hit that. They will value that for fun. The bimbo, himbo, loser, couch surfer dude, sure. If he's hot enough, they'll value that, but only for S, not for commitment. Of course, that's the way they look at most men until they, hit the wall.
The key difference is that while women may face a sense of urgency earlier in life, men often hit their stride later.
Do they, though? Are women actually feeling a sense of urgency? I don't see it. See, I'm not seeing a sense of urgency here with modern women. The exact opposite, in fact.
We don't operate on the same timeline.
That's true.
Curiosity, what do you expect is going to happen when you marry a 22-year-old supermodel and 8 years later she's 30? What are you gonna cheat on her, divorce her for someone else younger? Are you
This is probably projection. What happened to you? Is this what happened to you, honey? Or your mommy?
gonna upgrade? There really is.
By the way, that's women. Women are the ones that leave to upgrade, but they find out that they can't because now they're too old.
No justification for this type of mindset. And men will say, oh, it's because women can have children after they're 30. That's also untrue. My mother.
Yeah. No, now we're going to hear an anecdote, right? An outlier, an exception to the rule, which just proves the rule.
Had 4 children when she was 30, 31, 33, and 36 with no fertility drugs.
So
Women
what?
do not expire like a carton of
Well, obviously the quality of those eggs weren't too hot because you're not sounding too bright to me, honey.
milk at 30.
It's a strange thing being a woman in this society, having recently rounded the bend of 40.
Of course, now we see she's got the nose ring, very bushy eyebrows. She looks like a dude, got the dude haircut. Yeah.
Because with every passing year, I get funnier, I get kinder, I get
Says who?
wiser, I get better at loving.
Well, first of all, you get funnier, kinder, wiser. Who's telling you this? This is just a self-assessment, right? And she gets better at loving. What the hell does that mean? I don't know what that means. Who's telling you this? Other women, I'm guessing.
I'm a better person. But every year society values me less and less.
I love this. No, it's men. Stop saying society. That's just a cope. That's just a cope. It's men that don't value you. You've got women gaslighting you to death. And society has made it men and women. So it's not women, it's just men. Men don't value you. She doesn't want to say that, though, because she don't want to face the actual reality. She wants to cling to this belief that this is some kind of social construct. Oh, it's society. Social construct. It's a social construct. It's unfair. It's not real. That's why. It's a construct. No, it's just men, which means it's biologically determined. That's how the objective world works. That's reality. She don't want to face that, though. No. I can change it. Yeah.
And it's a strange kind of pain, this I love it, loving myself more every year and watching who I'm growing into while society
You're gonna have to love yourself, honey, because nobody else is.
goes through that process in reverse. So if you ask me, would I go back to 25 or 30 for that additional societal capital? No.
It's not societal capital, you dummy. It's sexual marketplace capital.
I enjoy this age more, even with society's bullshit. But will I judge women who do whatever it takes to stave off the external effects of aging? No, because it's a weird thing to be getting better and better internally and to love yourself more and more internally, and not have that process reflected externally.
Yeah, but it's not reflected externally. What are you talking about? You want to know what's reflected externally? Put the fork down and go for a run. Oh, that would actually be difficult. So you do this gobbledygook nonsense coke talk. Okay.
You will hit a wall. It's not that society as a whole values women less and less as they age. It's more that their value in the dating market decreases because fewer men are interested in them as romantic or long-term partners. The reality is, most men are naturally drawn to youth, which is why younger women tend to attract more attention. This is just the nature of the game.
I slept with the 122 college boys.
How many days?
Just over 2 weeks.
She slept with 122 dudes in 2 weeks. Now, was these just 2 weeks, 14 days? That's like 8 a day? Wow. So I'm guessing these were not long sessions. Well, they're college boys, as she said. So, yeah, not a lot of staying power, yo. Not much endurance there. I think my longest session, 13 hours. Anybody out there got that kind of endurance? I don't think so. I was in my 30s, though. I don't think I can handle that now, especially with my messed up heart. But, yeah, gee, 8 a day. Whew.
2 weeks, okay.
Yeah.
Did you just approach them in the street?
I'd already gone on social media, done TikTok, Instagram posts, say, hey, I'm coming to the Grand Oasis, which is like a main hotel a lot of the spring breakers go to. Like, basically, come and find me and let's make a video. So, like, when I got there, everyone already sort of knew who I was. To come and
make a video? How desperate are you dudes? You gonna do porn and be on the internet? Just to bang some broad? Wow. It's gotten to this, has it?
say hi.
What was the most in one day?
22.
22 in one day.
Yeah.
Did she sleep? Oh my God, these must have been some real young guys. They're finishing in 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. 2 strokes.
You need help.
I saw a video where a woman was saying that when women buy homes, their value decreases. Like
Yes.
men don't see as much value in a woman when she's a homeowner.
Wow, the nerve of these men.
But I was just
Oh,
like, that is so fucking backwards and really ridiculous. There's so many things that we want to accomplish.
Well, what do we have to provide for you? Men want to provide. Well, you've got everything. We don't need. We have nothing we can provide for you. You've already provided everything for yourself. What's there for us to do? You're screaming, I don't want you, I don't need you. You got nothing I want or need. Get out of here. Yeah. And you're wondering why you're single.
That we have to accomplish. And I mean, if we're not partnered yet, or we don't have anyone who's ready to accomplish those things with us, we're supposed to just
Accomplish those things with you, sweetheart. You're looking for a dude that's already passed the finish line. You're looking for a guy who's way more accomplished than you. What are you talking about accomplishing things with you? Women are no longer accomplishing things with men. They want the dude after he's already succeeded, after he's already earned his cash, his moolah. That's why they go for the older guys to begin with, okay? What are you talking about, accomplish things with you? What a bunch of crap.
sit back and not have them because of the male gaze.
I feel like black
Male
women,
gaze.
we're constantly reinventing ourselves, constantly working towards more, constantly trying to get to what it is that we deserve, that we feel like we desire and want. And boy, fuck you.
Don't black women receive the majority of food stamps and welfare? What are you trying to accomplish? Oh, what are you trying to accomplish, honey?
It's completely made up. Not once have I heard a man say he's turned off by a woman because she owns a home or is financially stable. That's just not how men think. Men aren't out here saying, oh no, she has her own house, I'm not interested. If
I really don't care. I'll be honest. We just don't care what you have. But I can see how that could be a turnoff to some guys. So, I have my own view on that. I could see that being a problem or an issue. Somebody who has all this stuff, especially in today's market. I mean, you know how difficult it is to get a house these days. So, him and I disagree a bit on this. I could see why that would be an issue, because if you've got a woman here who is so driven and so successful, materialistically speaking, that she has all this stuff that it's very difficult to get now. It means she's making a very good living. She's very career oriented and focused. And so she's probably not all that interested in being a stay-at-home mom, getting married. I mean, if she has all this stuff, she's already probably in her mid to late 30s at this point. So she's already priced out of the market right there. By hotter, younger broads that have wombs that work. So it's not the house, it's what it represents. Okay? The career-oriented, goal-driven woman who is concerned more about materialism and acquiring things. Basically, a man in a woman's body.
anything that shows responsibility and independence, which are good qualities.
See, again, we differ here in our opinions. But anyway, continue.
The real issue for men isn't about whether a woman is a homeowner or financially independent. It's about other factors, like her attitude, how she treats him, and whether or not she still embraces her femininity. No, she has her own house. I'm not interested. If anything, that shows responsibility and independence, which are good qualities. The real issue for men isn't about whether a woman is a homeowner or financially independent. It's about other factors, like her attitude, how she treats him, and whether or not she still embraces her femininity. This whole narrative...
That's exactly what I said. It's not the house so much as other factors that it's indicative of.
Place where women convince themselves that men are intimidated by their success. But in reality, most men don't care about a woman's career or financial status.
Right, but she cares. You see, that's the problem. Having all of these things and all these goals and all this success in her career, that's her values. Well, those values are anathema to a family, a home, raising kids. Why would I want to get with you, even if you do want kids, because you're just going to put them in daycare and spend half your salary having somebody else raise them? What's the point? So you don't value what I value, and you don't value what someone who would want a family and prioritize a family would want.
Listen to this.
Right? Again, it's different for men. Because if a guy is progressing in himself, in his life, in his career, in his steps, right? Him getting older, right? He has the option to choose the girl that he was just going to fool around with, or to choose the more, if he's looking for like a family traditional sense. He also has that option now too.
Put it simply, men increase in value over time, while women decrease in value over time.
Whoa. No, that's fair. No, that's yeah.
He cold.
As an extremely independent woman that loves to make her own money, I still think men should pay on the first date, and this is why. This is just my opinion, and you do not have to agree with it. And I'm not...
So looking at this woman's face, she's had lots of plastic surgery. She's well too manicured, way too high maintenance. She's definitely had a nose job. Hadn't hit the age yet where, reality starts to sink in and situation changes. Men are still willing to simp for her to the extreme.
I'm not talking about long-term, because I think long-term it is necessary for both parties to participate in order to...
Meaning high-value men. I mean, a chick like this, even when she's 40 or 50, there'll be low-value dudes and pathetic losers, beta buck men simping. But she's still able to get the high-value dudes, so reality hasn't quite sunk in yet, has it, sweetheart?
To create a healthy, long-lasting relationship, which is what me and my boyfriend do. But for me, if I'm going on a date with you, I'm getting an idea of who you are as a person to potentially see you as long-term potential or a long-term partner. And as a female...
Yeah, this relationship ain't gonna last. You think this boyfriend and her are gonna make it to their 50th anniversary? I don't think so.
No matter how independent or like boss lady you are, you want this
Independent boss lady. He must be a big giant simp. That marriage, if they do get married, it ain't making it past the 5-year mark. Certainly not 10.
feeling of protection and security. It is this instinctual thing within our heart and being. So when someone wants me to pay for it or split it on that first date, it immediately gives me this sense that I can't let my walls all the way down. And that might
She's talking about first dates. How long you been with this boyfriend?
not resonate with someone, but as someone that constantly has to operate a lot from my masculine energy, I want to be with someone that can allow my feminine energy to come out, which I also
So you being feminine is dependent upon the dude you're with. Run from this chick, dude. Run!
take responsibility that I have to be the one to also allow myself to do that. But
You're not taking any responsibility. You're making him responsible for your femininity.
there are certain environments which will make that easier, that being one of them. And just on top of that, I think kind of a rule of thumb is like, you asked her. I think it's fair to say, like, if she asked you, it might be a little bit different. And of course,
I bet your tune would be different if it was women that had to ask.
of course, every situation is different, but I guess that's kind of how I feel, just like baseline.
As an extremely independent man, that outdated expectation should be thrown out the window.
Yeah.
We are living in a society where women have multiple partners, have multiple guys on rotation. For all you know, you can just be another man on that roster. And once again, a first date is for two people who are trying to get to know each other.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just so arbitrary. Where does this? I mean, it's just so outdated. You ladies say that you want to be equal to us, and you want all these, to be treated just the same way as other men would be, but you don't want the responsibilities. You only want consequences if they're positive, not negative. Why should I be paying for you if you're equal to me? Because I got to slather on $150 in overpriced crappy makeup that I could get for $4.99 at the local drugstore if I was thrifty. Oh, that's your choice. Oh, I don't get it. What makes you so special? I got to spend all that money. And it's a first date. Yeah, you're getting to know each other. There's no connection. What do I owe you? Why would I want to feel like doing something so nice for you? I don't know you. Who are you? That you deserve all my money and attention and me buying you stuff. I love the entitlement.
What if the date doesn't lead to something serious? Does he get a refund? Your walls should come down with someone you're actually dating, when there's trust and respect on both sides, not with someone who might not even make it past the first date. The idea that a man should prove something by paying up front is a burden that really shouldn't exist in modern dating.
Yeah, and by the way, this transactional aspect of a relationship that women expect, well, where's the quote? Am I quit? I mean, you want me to pay. What am I getting in return? My pretty face. Your face ain't that pretty if you got to put on all that makeup. What else? I see pretty women all the time walking down the street. I don't have to pay them nothing. What are you bringing to the table beyond yourself? A self that I can see anywhere and admire for free. What are you bringing beyond that? Nothing. You say, you know why this entitlement exists? Simpy dudes.
I think women today focus on the paying aspect way too much, rather than getting to know the person.
That's because they're materialistic. And we live in a materialistic world where people only care about the pleasures of the flesh and the moment and the here and now. Pleasure for pleasure's sake. No virtue, no value. Virtues? What are those?
What a shame.
So there you go. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think of my commentary, my comments in the comment section. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. And if you really like my content, you want me to stick around and be able to keep making it, check out the description. You'll find a GoFundMe there. I could really use your help. I recently had a health scare, almost died, spent a month in the hospital, septic shock, was a coma, had a heart attack. I'm not in the best of shape. So if you could make a donation to my GoFundMe, that'd be great. Greatly appreciated. And in about 2.5 weeks, I'm planning to move to Canada. Not Canada, what the hell? I mean, see, I'm losing my train of thought. Alaska. I have to go through Canada. That's my original destination, but I got sick, and another couple weeks I'll be recovered enough to make the trip, I hope. So if you'd like to help me out, please make a donation. I'd greatly appreciate it. Again, link is in the description. And on that note, I'm out of here. I am the realist philosopher. I wish you all a good and pleasant day. Take care.